おはようございます。
Before we begin, may I ask everyone with cell phones to put them on silent mode? Thank you.
Benjamin Gasho. Naman Nobs, Naman Nobs, Naman Nobs, Naman Nobs, Naman Nobs.
Welcome everyone to this month of November's Shotsuki service, and together with the Taikyo Perpetual Memorial Service. And we have with us officiating Grant Ikuta Sensei, and assisted by Minister's Assistant Roy Akune Sensei. We shall begin this morning's service with silent meditation, Sensei, followed by the recitation of the name of the Buddha, Amida Buddha.
Namandabs, 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 namandabs.
Now, if you will turn to page 325 in the purple Seitan, and if you rise if you can, we shall have the Vandana and Tisarana. Sensei?
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Om is to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddham saranam gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. Dhamman saranam gacchami. I go to the Dharma for guidance. Sangam saranam gacchami. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namandabs, namandabs, namandabs.
Please remain standing, and we shall sing the Gata Shinshu Shuka, and it is on page 306. Please be seated. Sensei, will you lead us in the homage and the three treasures?
Yes.
And they are on page 10 and 11 in the purple seitan.
People on Zoom, are you able to hear me? Yes? Okay, good, okay. So we will read the homage and three treasures in English and in Japanese. 三期も英語と日本語でいただきたいと思います。Hard it is to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult it is to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we are hearing them. If we do not gain emancipation in this present life, we may not be free from sorrow in the ocean of births and deaths. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures. So please repeat after me. We go to the Buddha for guidance. May we always walk in the way that leads to enlightenment. Everyone, we go to the Buddha for guidance. May we always walk in the way that leads to enlightenment. We go to the Dharma for guidance. May we be submerged in the depth of the teachings and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. We go to the Dharma for guidance. May we be submerged in the depth of the teachings and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. We go to the Sangha for guidance. May we all with one accord live the life of harmony in the spirit of oneness, free from the bondage of selfishness. We go to the Sangha for guidance. May we all with one accord live the life of harmony in the spirit of oneness, free from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriads of kalpas, hard it is to hear such excellent and profound teachings. Now we are able to hear and receive them. Let us try to understand the Tathagata's teachings. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Japanese, yes. 日本語。10ページに載ってます。Or it's on your screen for those of you who are watching by Zoom. 人参受けがたし、今すでに行く。仏法聞きがたし、今すでに聞く。好み根性に向かってどせずんば。さらにいずれの章に向かってか好みをどせん。大衆もろともに指針に参謀に帰依し立て祀るべし。自ら仏に帰依し立て祀る。まさに願わくは主情とともに大道を体現して無常意を起こさん。自ら法に帰依し立て祀る。まさに願わくは主情とともに深く共造に入りて知恵海のごとくならん。自ら僧に帰依し立て祀る。まさに願わくは主情とともに大衆を通りして一切無下ならん。無常人人未明の方は百千万号にも愛用ことかたし、我今検問し受持することを得たり、願わくは如来の真実義を下し立てますらん。ナモアンダブス、ナモアンダブス、ナモアンダブス、ナモアンダブス。
We shall now have the sutra chanting, Sambujo and Amida Kyo. During the chanting, I shall call out the names of those who have passed on during this month of November. And if you are here to represent your family, please come forward and do Oshoko. There are 2 incense burners. Please use either one. If you are coming up the second time or the third time for another person, all you have to do then is just come forward and do gasho. Put your hands together, and then you can go back to your seat. Thank you. Sensei?
Namandabs, 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 namandabs. 무조 미나뇨라이 니은오 무조 샤가뇨라이 니은오 조 분요 니모뇨라이 니은오 조 This morning, we have gathered here in the quietude of Amida's Temple to commemorate the November 2023 Shotsuki Monthly Memorial for the month of November, as well as we have come here for the Eitai-kyo Perpetual Memorial Service. We faithfully recite the Nembutsu and humbly join our hands in Gassho. May the fragrance of incense teach us the purity of our intentions. May the beauty of the flowers offered remind us of the glory of the Dharma. And may the lights that burn brightly upon the altar lead our thoughts to Amida's eternal light of wisdom and boundless compassion that dispels the darkness of our ignorance. 本日ここにうやうやしく三仏牽制の小学を仰ぎ謹んで2013年11月小月法要並びに永大教法要を言修す。如来へ向の真実心をもって法恩の誠をいたし、仏徳を賛嘆したて祭る。願わくは如来の大事大悲心をもって無量の功徳一切主情の上に栄光を下回らんことを。ナモキエ仏、ナモキエ法、ナモキエ僧。無節阿弥陀経如是がも一時無自在社へ国義十義語徳を四大ビク主千二百五十人海世大あらがん主上知識長老者利あまがもげねまががしょまががせねまがくちらりはだしゅりやながなななならがらぎょぼあないびんずるあらながるないまがごいなぐらあぬるだにょせのしょないねし病状菩薩まがさんもじゅしりおじあいなぼさんげながないぼさん上昇人もさんよにょせの将来ぼさん牛釈大願の無料書店大祝二次もすご長老者利用十世祭用が十万の仏の世界妙万極楽合同仏教は皆根源在世も者利用水道がご妙意極楽合国主上無宿単樹上楽合妙極楽者利用極楽極道一時十乱樹一十羅も一十五十海世四法十相異女霊光 이 거그며 와서 거그라가 자리여 거그라 거그도 의심보지 악은 너그서이 저망어 주지 다이전이 거샤버지 시행하이도 공언으리 아리 조조조으로 가그 야그이 공언으리 아리 샤고 샤그즈메노 니가 지기시 지주랭게 다이여자리 소식이 저거 오식이 오고 작으식이 작고 작으식이 명고 미명고 계수 자리여 거그라 거그도 조준 여세 그도 그저거 그자리 어서 이버서 거그도 조사댕아 어가이지 저야로 그지니 어만다라게 고거그시저저이저당 가그이에 조시묘게 그여다오즈만 너그벗 서그이지기지겐 농거그번지기 겨겨 자리 어느 거그라 거그도 조준 여세 그도 그정금 무시 자리 어느 이거 그저 무시적이며 자식이 시조벽고 그저그 어머샤니 가려빙가 금여시조 세조주조주야로 그지 서이와게 몽어 엔조거거리기 지지 못하이바 하셔도브 요새도 거도시죠 원세 언니가 이제 내모내서 자리 얻으냐 모두 이시죠 지스세사요 쇼쇼 쇼이자가 이부드 거그도 무사마그셔 자리 얻으고 부드 거그도 쇼무사마그도 시명 가겨우지 내쇼슈조가이세 아미다 부드 여그려센 행계조사 자리여서 이버서 거그도 미무서이도 요거주기어라모 의미묘원희녀야 그센주가 그도지그사 먼세온자가 이지낸조 nem모서 nem모 낸소시시자리 어느 거부스 거그도 조준
お焼香 Incense offering あさりやすこあたぎひさお古川よしこはや哲夫木田浩二引田民蔵広田菊代堀正和堀綾子堀松江今田君代刈谷岩次郎川本薫川野秀夫川瀬佐藤国防栄光栗山正治松葉イーデス綾子宮崎静江宮崎虎水口ペギ森吉見森本重和森下ケビン愛しい森下ロイ村尾和治村尾勝次郎村尾雅子阿弥陀仏極楽極道舎利四図が見世利公説四言百十条門世聖者法道図願上位国道舎利四図女が言者三段長澤実中野俊夫西明子西吉次郎西ヘンリー 西吉次、新田博夢、
一切諸仏諸行念行者利用ず南無世界日時間の仏妙門が仏大円現仏趣味の仏無量上人仏如
大原信夫、
我が者主上仏学を五国水五上節を
沖野直一、
大先世界絶上実語世の
奥山康江、
人生上山昔聞くと
小田部美智子、
小仏小五年行者
大浦義和、
世界無量寿仏無量祖仏無量道仏大
堺米一、
名仏法祖仏上皇仏如世と我が者主上仏
崎山アラン、
五国水五上節祖演武
沢田勝子、
大先世界絶上実語浄土宗浄土真世上さ
佐藤百合子、
独一切小仏小五年行
杉原大輔、
法世界有縁現仏最上
玉寄せ渡る、
小仏二小仏門妙仏如世と我が者主小仏学を
田坂博美、
演武三千大先世界絶上
高崎地図、高崎幸則、
昔聞く独一切小仏小五年
竹中秀野、
世付大世界有志士仏妙門仏妙高
寺口
仏
戸部、
ま仏王道仏地王仏如世と我が者主上仏学を五国
寺村徳太郎、
上節祖演武三千大先世界絶上実語浄土宗浄土真世上さ昔聞く独
上田義彦、
小仏小五年行者利用上世界本の
山口守、
五上仏五五仏大円
山本綾子、山本栄子、
シャラジュオブズオケトクブズケ
山中光弘、
妙趣味千仏如世と我が者主上仏学を五国
山中義恵、
演武三千大先世界
吉田平、吉田鳥、吉田山松、安松、sorry、
昔聞く独一切小仏小五年行者利用ずお如意運が学名意一切小仏小五年行者利
If there is anyone here who's lost a loved one elsewhere other than Richmond, please come forward and offer incense. Representing the Stevenson Fujinkai, Mrs. June Ikuta. Representing the Stevenson Buddhist Temple, President Ted Akune. I shall now call on Grant Ikuta Sensei for the Dharma talk.
Good morning, everyone. 皆さんおはようございます。Welcome to our November Shotsuki monthly memorial service in conjunction with what we call our Eitaikyo perpetual memorial service. Because this is a joint service between Japanese and English, I'm going to just say a few words in Japanese first and then give my talk in English following. 皆さんようこそ、この2023年11月の小月法要並びに永代供養法要にお参りしていただきました。この永代供養法要というのは年に1回ですね行われ、これは永代にこの仏法が続けるっていう、このメンバーの方々の願いをですね兼ねてお参りされる法要でございます。中にはですね、このお寺はそうではないですけど、永代教ファンドという、資金集めをして、その集めたお金によって、お寺の修復とか、そういうことに使われるお寺もあります。私たち、ここではそれはないですけどね。そういうことで。で、今日はですね、先ほど、お経をあげた阿弥陀経さん、どうですか皆さん、やっぱりこれは長いお経と思われますか？長く思われる方もおられると思うんですが、実を言いますとですね、これは、浄土真宗、浄土教の流れで、三大お経があるというんですね。三つの大切なお経があると。これが、今日いただいた仏説阿弥陀経が一つ。で、もう一つは、仏説漢無量寿経というのもあります。そしてもう一つ、仏説大無量寿経。この三つが、三大お経と言われてるんですね。で、皆さんも多分このお内示見ると、私たちの机のところにですね、この箱を、ずっと見えると思うんですけど、これがお経の箱なんですね。お経箱。で、この中へ見ますと、ここにちゃんと入っているわけなんですね。これが仏説無量寿経、大経ですね。で、これが下。で、これが、阿弥陀経がない。これが仏説無量寿経。ね。上と下、二つに分かれてる。ね。これだけ分厚いんですよ。ね、で、これが漢無量寿経、仏説漢無量寿経っていうの。で、もう一つ阿弥陀経が入ってるはずなんですけど、ちょっと。今、見た分では阿弥陀経がないんですけど、一番短いお経なんですね。この無量寿経、大無量寿経を唱えようとしたら、2時間か2時間半ぐらいかかります、全部。ですから、今後ね、阿弥陀経長いと、思わないで、今日は阿弥陀経だ、よかったなと思っていただければいいと思います。で、中にはですね、この阿弥陀経というのは、非常に、私も日本に行く前にですね、もうちんぷんかんぷんで何にも分かってなかったです。もちろん日本語もあんまりできてなかったわけなんですけど、この長年お経を唱えると不思議なものにですね、だんだん染み込んでくるわけなんです。ね。で、今になって阿弥陀経を読むと、毎回違う部分が、自分に浮かんでくるわけなんですね。で、今日も読んでたらですね、 初めの方に当たるわけなんですけど、その中でですね、ですね、どこだったっけ。まあ、要は、今、その、実行、裁縫に阿弥陀様のお浄土があって、今現在に阿弥陀様が説法しているって書かれてるんですよ。ね。ですから、これは、童話的というか、神話でどっか遠く昔にあったことではなく、今、阿弥陀様が説法してるって言われてるんですよ。ね。この今、この瞬間。でも、なぜこれが大切かというと、私たちがお弔問するのに今聞かなければならないということなんですね。これは明日ではなく、明後日でもなく、今聞かなければ、今いただければならない。ね。で、これは何をいただくかというと、阿弥陀様の願い。阿弥陀様の願いというのは、一切生きとし生きるものがですね、そのまま救われるように、このまま、この阿弥陀様の慈悲に抱かれていることに目覚めることが願いであり、だから私たちこうやって集まって、亡くなられたこの11月の方々のお忍び、また永代供養、この永代供養にあたってですね、もう5年前ぐらいからだと思うんですけど、歴代の会長さん、あるいは歴代の開教師たちも、忍びましょうということで、プログラムにずっと中見たら、歴代の会長さんと開教師たちの名前、多くの方々のですね、おかげに私たちここにおられるということで、まあ、今日はこの11月の小月法要並びに永代供法要で少しばかり阿弥陀経の話をさせていただきました。最後になりますが、皆さんと一緒に合唱して日本語の法話をこれに返させていただきたいと思います。ナモ阿弥陀仏、ナモ阿弥陀仏、ナモ阿弥陀仏、ナモ阿弥陀仏。If you didn't understand Japanese and you were falling asleep, please wake up. Thank you to all of you for joining us today for this November 2023 monthly memorial service in conjunction with what we call our Eitaikyo Perpetual Memorial Service. I'm just going to say a couple words about the Eitaikyo Perpetual Memorial Service. So this is a service that we hold once a year. In many temples, they actually have a special fund called the Eitaikyo Fund. And this is a fund where people will donate specifically to that fund. And they use that fund for very specific reasons, such as when they need to refurbish the hondo or the main altar area. Okay? In our temple, we don't seem to have a specific fund for that. We have what we call a legacy fund, but not a specifically Eitaikyo fund. But it is a service in which Eitaikyo literally means for the people who have come in the past to wish for the perpetuation of the teachings of the Dharma. And so all those that we honor here today for the Shotsuki service, their wish is also for this Dharma to perpetuate itself. And as part of this, from about 5 years ago, maybe it was even earlier, our temple, we decided we should honor all our past presidents and ministers. So you'll see the list of the past presidents and ministers in your program there, and I believe Ted or my uncle are going to say a few words about this afterwards. But I wanted to now go on with my Dharma talk proper, and I'd like to begin by reading a passage. Now this passage is actually, I don't know if, some of you may have seen this book. It's called The Collected Works of Shinran. It's quite a scholarly work, if you will. And I jokingly tell people it's a wonderful bedroom book. Because if you want to go to sleep at night and you start reading this, you'll be out like a light bulb within 5 minutes. It's quite scholarly. So all joking aside, this is the works of, translated works of the founder of Jodo Shinshu, Shinran Shoni, whose scroll is to the right of the main statue. And at the very beginning of this book, there's a passage by the former Gomonshu Koshin Otani. And he writes this following passage. Amidst a world undergoing constant and far-reaching change, it is difficult to know what may be taken as a foundation for our lives and how we should carry on our existence. In every age and in all societies, however, it is the true and real teaching that genuinely guides us. Nothing else suffices. Through such writings as the true teaching, practice, and realization of the Pure Land Way, Shinran Shonin clarified the teaching of the primal vow of Amida Buddha. This teaching is not restricted in its relevance, but unfailingly becomes meaningful for any person who reflects deeply on human existence. For at heart is the wish to guide all human beings, transcending differences of nationality, ethnicity, and race, to truly fruitful lives. Amida Buddha calls to us who are inclined to enclose ourselves within our own husks, to awaken to that which is true and real. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. So this is the passage from Gomonshu-sama. Now, before I go any further, I wanted to sort of break the monotony of just me talking. And I need a volunteer. And I think I see one in Dick. He seems like, yeah, come on up, Dick. I need somebody that's willing to volunteer, and I know, yeah. So what I wanted to do, I was actually just reading a very interesting book recently called Mahayana Buddhism by Professor Yoshifumi Ueda. And he talks about, we call it utility value versus truth value. Okay? Utility value is an arbitrary value that we place on things. So with that, I wanted to have Dick here come up here because I've got this wonderful, I don't know if it's bronze, whatever it is, this statue. And I want you to offer me, let's barter. What would you give me for this? Yeah. $30, okay. So now we put a value onto this, right? Dick says it's $30, but maybe Bud looks at it differently. What would you give for me this? $50, Bud says. Now the value is going to $50. Okay, thank you for your help. Yeah. I'm not going to really sell this to you, but this is what we call a utility value. Okay, it's an arbitrary value, and we do this all the time. We have a Fujinkai puts on garage sales Saturdays. I don't know how many times they've done it, but you see the people that come for the garage sales. They're always trying to get a good value for their purchase, and we do that too, right? And when we think we got a good value, we're happy. And conversely, when we don't think we get a good value, we're unhappy. Okay? This is called utility value, and it's something that changes, fluctuates, because it's based on our ego. Okay? And this actually happens in our daily life. Every day we barter, we buy things, we look for deals, etc. Okay? Recently I had an incident where I had a Seiko watch that I received from my kids on Father's Day. It's a number of years back now. But this clock had stopped working, wristwatch, stopped working. So I went down to the bay. There's a watch repair place at the bay. And I took it in there and he said, oh, this is a Seiko watch. I can't fix it here. I have to send it away to the Seiko factory. And he said, it'll cost you about $100. And I thought to myself, $100? But I thought, well, it's got sentimental value. It's from my kids. So I said, okay, sure, because of the sentimental value, please send it away. So about 3 weeks later, I got a call from the watch repair man, and he said, your watch is all ready. It's come back. So I went to pick it up, and it was working, and I thought, oh, great, thank you. And I thought, I was happy with it. It cost $100, but still, sentimental value. Well, about 2 weeks after I got it back, it stopped working again. Now my initial reaction turned to disappointment, right? It wasn't worth it. I didn't get my value. So this utility value is something that fluctuates. And sometimes in our daily life, we lose sight of what we call truth value. Okay? Everything has a truth value. And the truth value is that underlying value of what is true and what is important. As I read in the passage from Gomonshi-sama, he says, amidst a world undergoing constant and far-reaching change, it is difficult to know what may be taken as a foundation for our lives and how we should carry on our existence. In every age and in all societies, however, it is a true and real teaching that genuinely guides us. Nothing else suffices. I wanted to share another experience that I think I've shared before because I think it's a very good example of truth value. And this happened to me, it's probably about 25 years, or at least 20 years ago, I would say, when I was still living in Toronto. And the first TNT shopping, the grocery store opened up in Toronto. It was the first one in Toronto that opened up. And so my wife and I went the first week. Have you been to the TNT when they first opened up? It's crazy. It's crazy. The amount of people that are there, everybody's, I don't know how post-pandemic it's like, but back then it was just wall-to-wall people. And, they have all these special grand opening sales. And they had, in the seafood section, they had, I think it was a dozen shrimp for $12 or something like that. Live shrimp, right? And they were in the tank. And so my wife and I thought, oh, that sounds like a good deal. I think it was a dozen for, anyways, we thought, oh, that looks like a good deal. And we thought, we'll buy a dozen, or actually we bought about 3 dozen because we had our kids too. And we thought, we'll make tempura with this for dinner. So we got home, and then my wife said, well, if we take the head off, there really isn't that much left. Like, you can't make tempura with just a little piece of tail. So we decided, okay, well, maybe what we'll do is we'll deep fry them whole, right? So we did this, and that night we ate the shrimp, and I'm eating it, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? To be honest, it really wasn't worth. I mean, it's good, but was it really worth that much to go through the aggravation of all those people and lining up to, And so I was thinking to myself, it wasn't really something that was didn't feel like I got a good value. And it was only later that night that I realized what a terrible mistake I had made, because I had placed this utility value on the life of a shrimp, right? Like, how would you feel if somebody told you your life is $12 and they say, you know what, it's not worth, gee, we would probably not be very happy. So the truth value is the value of the preciousness of each and every single life, the interconnectedness of each and every single life. When we come to the temple, we face together the altar to Amida Buddha, because this is what is helping us or guiding us. Our ancestors, who we honor and remember, they are guiding us to remember what is truly important, what is true, and what is real. Not the utility value, but appreciating that each life, the preciousness of each of our lives, as well as together, those who we come to honor. But at the same time, the true value is in seeing the foolish self, by realizing, even with all my faults, even when I think, oh, this shrimp wasn't worth it, that's my true self. I am a being full of defilements. And the Buddha, the compassionate Buddha says, even as such, I am embraced. Even as such, the guidance is there. And so we continue to listen, and we put our hands together in gratitude for this guidance to remind ourselves of this oneness that we are part of. And so at this time, I'd like to ask you again, please join me as we express our gratitude not only to our loved ones, but for the guidance of the Dharma, which shows us what is true and what is real. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sensei. I'd like to call on Ted Akune, president of the Stevenson Buddhist Temple, to say a few words.
Thank you, Kuni, for giving me this opportunity to just say a few words on behalf of our temple. And if I could first of all have you refer to the sheet here. And when you look at the sheet and you look at all the ministers and all the past presidents, you realize that there's great history here. And there's great history here beginning in 1928. And when you think and you have a better look at it, for most of us, we're rather familiar with things from 1950 onwards. And many of you probably remember many of the ministers, many of the past presidents. And during that time, you also are aware that where we are today, we have the purchase of at that time 5 acres of land, and then in the mid-60s, not long after, we had this present building, our own temple built here. And so for all of us, this is what we remember. And I'd like for you to just think about all the ministers and again, all the presidents that have been here during that time. We are incredibly thankful and grateful for all the people who have made this place and continue to make Stevenson Buddhist Temple viable and important, and we all hope that it's going to continue for a long time. So I just want to thank you again for being here and to basically just think about our own history. And when we think of our own history here, we think of all the ministers and we think of all of the past presidents. And if you have a look at it, I think most of you are aware that we're incredibly fortunate that we have a Reverend Grant Ikuta here. You also notice that in the past, his father was a minister here, as was Reverend Grant's grandfather. So I just wanted to bring that attention to you. So again, thank you very much. And we're so thankful and grateful for all the past people who have made our temple and continue to make it viable for all of us. Thank you.
And thank you very much, Ted, for all your endeavors to keep this going. We really appreciate it. I'd like to ask Jeannie to bring forward the offertory, please.
Please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu.
No more Amida-butsu. No more Amida-butsu. No more Amida-butsu. Would you all rise, and we shall sing the Gata Ondok-san, and it is found on page 307 in the Purple Seitan. Please be seated. Some announcements. If you refer to your program, there are a number of events listed in the coming events. We are going to have on November the 25th, that's a Saturday, a fundraising event for our temple. We normally have a fall food bazaar, but because we have demolished the gymnasium, we don't have a facility to hold it any longer. So in place of the fall food bazaar, we are doing a drive-through chow mein pickup event. And what you do is if you want to order these some chow mein, and they'll be in a package, and a clamshell package where you put food in, and we're going to fill it quite well, and it will cost $10 each. If you're driving through and you want to order, please phone in to the temple, and it is in the latest bulletin of the temple that you should phone in to the phone number of 604-277-2323 on Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Nenako will be here to take your orders. Keiko is away this month on a vacation, so it's just Nenako, and those are the days she comes to work. Or you could go online and order online, and the email addresses, all lowercase letters, office@steveston-temple.ca. Okay, once again, office@steveston-temple.ca. and you could place your orders in. You pay for it when you come to pick up. We will have the numbers that you ordered ready for you. You either pay by cash or we will take cards also. We have facilities to be able to take that. So that will be on November the 25th. So please place your orders, and we will take orders up until November the 17th. Okay? $10 each. And you can come and pick these up between the hours of 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. In the bulletin, it said 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, but you would please come before that if you wish to pick it up. 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, okay? That's our delicious Stevenson Buddhist Temple chow mein. And we will require some help. If you're available to help, come on Friday the 24th. That's a Friday, and I know a lot of you are working, but if you have time, the ladies will be here to chop up the vegetables and getting all the things prepared for the chow mein sales on the 25th. So if you are available to help, and those of you on Zoom, this includes you, except for those out of town, of course, on Zoom. If you're available, please come to help with this task of chopping up the vegetables and getting it prepared for the cooking on the 25th. And that time will be from 9 o'clock in the morning. Another function that's going to be taking place is mochitsuki, to make mochi. And we are doing this on December the 9th. However, in the bulletin it said families could bring their share of mochi to be made and bring it with you, all prepared. However, that is an error. It should not have been in there. We are not doing family making omochi for families this year. Last year we tried it, and we did our 100 pounds for the otera, and there must have been another 100 pounds after for the individuals, and it was just too much for us. Some of us were here from 8 o'clock in the morning, and we didn't leave here until 9:30 that night because of that. So we decided that that's too much to do. So we're not doing any individual families omochi this year, okay? However, there will be omochi available for you when you come for the Bonenkai party the following day, and that will be December the 10th, okay? We are celebrating our year-end party lunch as a luncheon on December the 10th, just after the Bodhi Day service, which will begin at 10:30. For the members, this will cost $25, and for non-members, $35. This is a catered luncheon. So we will require notification to the office, again, via email, same email office, or address, office@steveston-temple.ca, or the phone number of the temple, which I'm sure you all know is 604-277-2323. Again, Tuesday, Thursday to Friday on the phone calls between 10 o'clock and 1. Okay? And at this Bonenkai, we are also celebrating the 60th year of this temple as it stands. 60 years ago that this temple was built. And also, at the same time, there is a Ikebana group that uses our facilities, and they are celebrating their 60th anniversary then too. So there will be a display of Ikebana at the Wisteria Place multi-purpose room, and that's where the function will be held after the service. So if you're wanting to come to this, please phone in a request that you would like to come to the Bonenkai, or email into the temple that you would like to come to this. And we need that by December the 1st, because it is a catered event, and the caterer wants to know how many people are coming. So please remember, first of all, this coming November the 25th, the fundraiser of the Chow Men. 24th, if you can, come and help chop vegetables, and I'm sure the Fujinkai ladies would really appreciate your help. And also, there's no mochitsuki for individual families this year, but there will be mochitsuki on the 9th of December. So if you'd like to come, we would really appreciate your help for that too, because we're running out of members, and help is scarce. So if you could come for that, that would be greatly appreciated. And of course, the Bonenkai party, December the 10th. So those are things please remember. And that concludes today's service. And the Fujinkai